adare tuliya dibo karpura tambule Radha Krishna Pranamora Jugala Kishora Lalita Vishaka Ati Jata Sakhi Brinda. So all the Sakis, with the permission of all the Sakis, headed by Lalita and Vishaka. What is happening? Agnaya Koribo Seba Charanara Vinda. I will serve the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Charanara Vinda. Lotus feet. Charana Aravinda. Lotus feet. Okay. Lalita Vishakadi Jatasaki Brinda Lalita Vishaka Adi Jatasaki Brinda Agnaya Koribo Seva Charanaravinda Agnaya Koribo Seva Charanaravinda Radha Krishna Prana Mora Jugala Kishora. So finally what it says, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daser Anudasa. Narottama Das, the servant of Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Seva Abhilasha Kore Narottama Das. So begging, Abhilasha, desiring for Seva, longs for the service to the divine couple. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daseranudasa Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daseranudasa Seva Bilasha Kore Narotamudasa Seva Bilasha Kore Narotamudasa Radha Krishna Pranamora Jugala Kishora Radha Krishna Pranamora Jugala Kishora. Srila Narottama Das Thakur ki jai. So these are the different songs they sing during Julan. So we can also try to sing or go to the temple and can listen to the songs. So we will go to the session today. We are starting the new chapter, which is chapter 15 of Madhya Leela, Prasadam at the Prasada, the house of Sarvabhauma. So I will tell you what is a short synopsis of what is there in this chapter. And then, because it's a long chapter anyway, we won't be finishing now. It will take few weeks. But at least we can understand what are the different subjects we are going to see in this particular chapter. And we will see a bit of it today. Okay, so I will read one verse. And can I share the screen?
Just give me a second, please, Mataji.
Yeah, no worries. So, there's a very, very wonderful chapter. Towards end, there is a very beautiful pastime.
Yeah, you can share, Mataji.
I can go?
Yeah, you can share, Mataji.
Thank you. Just a minute. I think 15:10. I want to go to 15:2. So this is the chapter we are going to. Lord accepts prasadam in the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So we can see here how, before I go, Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 15, Madhya Leela, chapter 15, verse 4. Ye mata Mahaprabhu Bhakta Gana Sange Nila Chale Rahi Kare Nitya Gita Range. Ye mata, in this way, Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bhakta Gane with his devotees, Neela Chalaya Rahi, staying at Neela Chal, Jagannath Puri, Kare performs Nitya Gita Range, chanting and dancing with great pleasure. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed at Jagannath Puri, he constantly enjoyed chanting and dancing with his devotees. Yes, so let's say the invocation prayer. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chakshuram Militamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Kripatamaham Mande Shri Gurum Kenatarinam Paramanandamagavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Mishupadaya Krishna Prasaya Bhotale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavati Pashyata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mantrakalpatarvesa Kripasamudeva Shatavidanam Pravanebhyo Vishnutanam Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. He mata Mahaprabhu Bhakta Gana Sange Neela Chale Rahi Kare Nitya Gita Range. Okay. So basically, this chapter is all about in this chapter, what happens is that after Rath Yatra is over, like we saw in the previous chapter, the full of Rath Yatra festival, isn't it? How wonderfully all the associates come together and then they celebrated and relished this Rath Yatra festival. So after that, what happens is that all the associates, they come together, and the Mahaprabhu, they will go to the temple, chanting, dancing. So then, so that was going on very jubilantly. And then different devotees will invite Mahaprabhu to their house for lunch prasadam, because it's a Chaturmasya. And during the rainy season, the different devotees extended invitation for the Lord to come and accept prasadam in their house. And then they were also celebrating various festivals like Janmashtami, Vijayadasami, many festivals they were celebrating during the rainy season. And then after that, Mahaprabhu's requests all the devotees to go back for their preaching program to Bengal. So all the devotees are now leaving. Chaturmasya ended, and all the Bengal devotees are going back to Bengal. The devotees from the Khanda, devotees from different places of Bengal, all will be leaving. And Mahaprabhu gave different instructions to different devotees, and he will appreciate all of them. So all that will come in this particular chapter. And finally, the chapter ends with a very beautiful pastime of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Finally, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya calls Mahaprabhu, requests the Lord to come to his house. But his son-in-law was completely opposite to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He was very envious, and he will criticize Mahaprabhu, and later he will get, he will be affected, and then he was about to leave his body, and Mahaprabhu will come and save him. So that we will see as the last pastime, but not today. It will come later. His son-in-law called Amoga, how he criticized the Lord, and then how the Lord saved him, even though he criticized, just because he was related to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So how wonderful if you are related to a devotee in some way, connected to a devotee in some way, that itself will bring a lot of mercy. I'm so and so, like Mahaprabhu said that Shiva's Thakur, he said that everyone in your house, the maid servants, the maids, even the cat, the dogs, even whatever animals in your house, they all will get love of Godhead. So just imagine, they didn't have any qualification. Their only qualification was they were connected, they were associated with Shiva's Thakur. That is the qualification. So how glorious is to be associated with the devotees. I am connected with so and so. If that is there, then that itself will give us a lot of mercy, and that will save us from a great danger also. Just like in the Amoga, case of Amoga. Amoga would have died just because he was connected to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Mahaprabhu gave him mercy and forgave. He forgiven his all his offenses. So that is a great mercy of being associated with devotees who are very dear to the Lord. Okay, so let's see today what so here we are going to see today is so what Mahaprabhu was doing normally. So Mahaprabhu's routine was that he was always chanting and dancing with the associates. Very early morning, he will go to Jagannath temple. And he will he will go and stand behind the Garuda Stamba, the Garuda Stamba, where is the pillar where Garuda is there. And that will be there in every temple at the end, not in the front, it will be there at the end, the end of that, the koti, end of the temple complex, or the end of the temple room. And Mahaprabhu won't go close to Jagannath. He will go to that end, and beside that Garuda Stamba, he will stand and he will have darshan of Lord Jagannath, and he will offer obeisances, offer prayers, and along with his associates, he will take darshan. So once the chanting, dancing, everything is done, then after the afternoon, till afternoon, Mahaprabhu will be in the Jagannath temple. And then there is a very special boga happens in the afternoon. They call it as a Uppala boga. Then Uppala boga is finished. Mahaprabhu will now go to someone's house. Can you guess whose house Mahaprabhu goes after the ceremony? Anyone can guess where Mahaprabhu would be going? You can unmute or you can use the chat. Guess who could be. Don't worry if it is wrong.
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya Mataji.
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Okay. Good try. Okay.
Advaita Acharya.
Advaita Acharya. Good try. Third choice.
Kashi Mishra Mataji.
Kasi Mishra is his own house, that is where he's his own residence. So he will go back, of course, but I'll give you a clue.
Pratap Rudra Mataji.
Good try. He goes and gives mercy to someone. If your early chapters, if you remember, recollect, one personality who could not
Haridas
get.
Thakur Mataji.
Yes, Haridas Thakur. Because Haridas Thakur cannot enter the temple, no? I mean, it's not like he cannot enter, but he didn't want to enter because of the, he felt himself very fallen. So he won't go to the Jagannath temple, but Mahaprabhu every afternoon, he will take the prasadam of Lord Jagannath and he will go and personally see Haridas Thakur and he will give prasadam. How wonderful, isn't it, to get from the hands of Mahaprabhu every single day. So Lord Jagannath, he could not go and see Jagannath at Jagannath temple. But the same Jagannath as Gauranga, he's Chala Jagannath, there is Achala Jagannath and Chala Jagannath. One moving Jagannath, one non-moving Jagannath. So he was not able to go and see the non-moving Jagannath, but the moving Jagannath was coming and giving prasadam every day to Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur ki jai. So glorious is Haridas Thakur. So after giving prasadam and talking to him for some time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will return to his residence, which is Kashi Mishra's house, right? And there he will be chanting the holy name, Nama Sankirtana. Mahaprabhu will also count in his fingers and he will chant. So it's so important to count. Sometimes devotees ask, isn't it, whether it is important to count or not? Counting is very, very important. Everyone counted. For example, why we have to count? So counting will help us to see that we are at least every day maintaining some number of rounds, some number of names we are chanting every day. We don't want to go down. We can go up, but we should not go down. So only if we count, we will know whether we have done at least, what minimum we are supposed to do. So counting is very, very important. Like if a doctor says, you take the medicine, we will ask the doctor, right, how many medicines we should take? Is it 1 or 2? Not that anyone, no count and simply eat whatever comes, whatever we feel like. No, it's not like that. Count is everywhere important. Even you do any experiment, there is a count. There is everything, has its own significance. So every day, at least that minimum quota, we like to offer to the Lord. So Mahaprabhu also counted, and all the Sad Goswamis, they counted, so it is very important to count, to keep a count. Okay, I will chant 2 rounds, 4 rounds, 8 rounds, 16 rounds. So the count is something very important. It will keep us very disciplined also. Otherwise, one day one may chant 50, 16 rounds, another day one may chant 1 round. So if someone takes a medicine so much and one day nothing, the disease will not get cured. Similarly, Hare Krishna mantra is also a medicine. So this medicine has also to be counted and taken. And if it is taken consistently, just like a normal medicine you take consistently, a person gets fully cured. Similarly, when we take this medicine on a consistent basis, then this material, the existence, this disease of material existence will also will disappear, will get treated, and we will see all our heart are free from all the contamination. There are many, lust, anger, greed, envy, all big list is sitting there. So how to get rid of all these things? These are like toxins, people are now getting rid of toxins. We need to detox. We need to detox, right, our body to become healthy. So these are the lust, anger, greed detox we need to do. And the greatest way to do is the Hare Krishna mantra. That is why Mahaprabhu himself, he says, right? He says that this is a great medicine I have got. The medicine, great medicine for deliverance. Harinama Maha Mantra Lavo Tumi Magi. I've got this for you. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. So it is so important. So Mahaprabhu himself showed. He did not just speak. Many times you see, that's why Krishna, when he came as Mahaprabhu, he lived and showed how a devotee should be. He did both Achar and Prachar. Because Krishna only said, do this, do this, do this. But we didn't know how to do it. So the same Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he showed by his own personal example how we should follow, how we should chant his own name. He chanted his own name and showed how we should chant. I was hearing a lecture today, so I am just remembering. In that lecture, what I was actually seriously was listening was, everyone is now in the current day world is very much bothered about one thing called concentration. The concentration in Kali Yuga or the current world, very, very less, whether it is a children or is adult or whoever it may be. Our concentration level is decreasing and decreasing and decreasing. Are you agreeing with that? Right? It is decreasing. And we see the focus when we are actually trying to focus one thing, 100 things comes to the mind. So then what happens? we may study 5 times, 10 times, but the subject is not going inside the head, into the ears or into our head. And but just the number of hours is more, but nothing going. Sometimes we may be speaking with devotees, but our head is lost somewhere. And we ask again, what did you say? Right? Because concentration, so poor concentration. So how to improve the concentration? How to improve? Of course, there are many, many seminars and many things we can hear. But one of the things which fascinated me when I was hearing the lecture was that if at least being, practicing devotees I'm talking about, if we can work on chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, focus. How to focus? He gave one very tip, because Haridas Thakur, I remembered this point. We should follow Haridas Thakur formula. You want to know what is Haridas Thakur formula? Let me know how many of you want to know the Haridas Thakur formula. I will tell you very secretly.
Me, Mataji.
Okay, so if everyone wants, then we will share the Haridas Thakur formula. And he shared a very simple formula. Of course, you may know it, maybe you may not know with this tag. Okay, everyone wants it. Okay, good. That should be the eagerness. Okay, let me reveal this Haridas Thakur's formula. Haridas Thakur's formula is very simple. Actually, we can apply this in every point of our life if you want to be more focused. What is that? If you know the story of Haridas Thakur, when when the society women was sent, to Haridas Thakur, to allure Haridas Thakur, what did he say? He did not tell her that, go away. What did he say? I will finish my task, I'll finish my chanting, and then I will come back to you. Right? Similarly, every time when you're sitting for chanting, or for any matter, anything, even say, for example, you're reading, and your mind is pouring this thing, oh, what will happen? Oh, tomorrow at that point, a problem has to be solved. Okay, this tomorrow, did I have what dress I'm going to wear tomorrow? Okay, I have some more assignment to do. Oh, the manager will be asking this thing tomorrow. So many things comes to the mind. What we have to say? We have to follow Haridas Thakur formula. That is, yes, I'm coming back. Wait, let me finish this 1 hour more. I have to finish this rounds. I'm coming back to you. I'm coming back to you, my dear mind. I'm coming back to you. So we need to tell the mind, yes, I am going to attend to you, but just wait. Okay, I'm finishing this task and I'm coming. So this we need to try to apply in whatever we do. Let us not do multitasking. The current world is talking about multitasking. That we can apply where it is required, not all the time multitasking. That will not help us in any way. At least chanting, we cannot do multitasking. Certain things we can do multitasking, but chanting and multitasking is deadly. There is nothing called multitasking. I remember once when Srila Prabhupada, it's a very dear disciple, Yamuna Mataji, she was writing down something. And then again, she will chant, and then again she was writing down something. Srila Prabhupada said, until you complete your rounds, don't do anything. So that is a focus. So it is so important when we are, especially in the morning chanting, we tell our mind that yes, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. Just wait. I'll finish this 8 rounds. I'm coming back to you. I'll finish my 16 rounds. I'm coming back to you. So we need to tell our mind that I will attend to you. Certainly. Yeah, it's very important. But just wait. So we need to kind of park that thought for a while. Park that next assignment for a while. And then give the 100% focus on what we are doing. So that is called the Haridas Thakur formula. And this will really help us to develop our concentration. It is one of the tip mentioned in the art of concentration. So we can all try. Why I'm saying this point is because chanting is so important. Our everything. If we want to be focused in all other things in our life, we need to make our chanting more focused. If our chanting becomes focused, everything in our life will become focused. Whether it is deity worship, we will become focused. Whether it is reading book, we will become focused. The whole day we will become very focused if our chanting was focused. But if our chanting was completely lost and spaced out, and whatever other things we do, whether material or spiritual, everything will be spaced out. So this is a trick. So what we need to do, the one thing which we need to fix is fixing our chanting. So when we fix our chanting nicely, The chanting will fix everything in our life. That is the faith we need to develop. And how that faith will come? Only when we chant with that focus, we will get reciprocation, and the reciprocation will drive us to become more focused. And again, when you are more focused, you will receive a lot of reciprocation. Again, that will drive us to become even more focused. So everything starts. That's why Sevan Mukehi Jigvado, everything starts from the tongue. And why Mahaprabhu gave so much emphasis on holy name? Because the holy name is so powerful. That's why, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he says, Nama bina kichu nahi ko ara, chauda bhuvana maje. So in 14 planetary, in the 14 worlds, there is nothing higher than chanting the holy name. So that is what Srila Bhaktivinoda, nothing higher than holy name in the 14 worlds. So all the acharyas, why they are repeatedly emphasizing on the same thing? That means something should be there, right? But why we are not able to experience it much? Because we are not doing it the way it has to be done. So when we start doing the way it has to be done, then we will see the reciprocation, then we will see the potency. Otherwise, we feel that what is there? Okay, anyway, I have to do rounds, I'm doing. Yeah, there is some happiness, there is some this thing, some little here and there. Still the holy name is so powerful, whether we do it right or not, it still gives a lot of, we can see a glimpse of many wonderful things. But it is not about glimpse. Otherwise, our life will finish with glimpses only. We want to see the whole thing. We want to experience the complete package. Not just on the surface, it's like licking the honey bottle. We don't want to lick the honey bottle. We want to really lick the honey. So that means we need to go a little deeper. And little deeper is to become more attentive in what we do, especially in chanting the holy name. Of course, there are many formulas. There are so many books like Japa book. So many Japa reform books are there, and we can hear and get many inspiration. One of that is a very simple formula of Haridas Thakur formula. Any thought comes, we have to tell the mind, wonderful, thank you, stop for a month. I'm coming back. Just give me some time. I'm coming back. And then park there only and focus. Don't even dwell on to it further. No comma, full stop. And then continue. Again, some other thought will come. Oh, Hari Bol, thank you. I'm coming back to you. Stop. Then go to the next. So like that, we need to keep parking it and going forward. That's what Srila Prabhupada said, drag your mind back to the transcendental sound vibration. Your mind will go there, here, bring back to the sound vibration. This is what it means. So let us all put our best focus, to the holy name and see that how best we can chant. Every day we can rate our chanting. Out of 10, what is the score I will give for chanting today? Poor chanting today. All right. Okay. So tomorrow I'm going to try more. Okay. Out of the first, 8 rounds, comparatively better. Okay. 7. And the next one, 2, 3. Oh, the last one gone. So like that, we need to give some rating for ourselves. If you want to really improve, we have to put, our own efforts. And then when Krishna sees our sincere effort, it is not by our effort we can control the mind. But when Krishna sees our eagerness, oh, see, this fellow keeps on making effort to chant my name attentively. Poor fellow. Okay, give him mercy. And then he will give mercy and we'll see that, wow, so nice. Today I feel that my mind was completely under control. Why? Because the Lord was happy seeing all the endeavors. So that's why we want to keep doing it. It doesn't matter we fail our past, that's second. But we want to make this effort to please Krishna. Krishna, I am making an effort. I want to make an effort. I like to make an effort. I like to make an effort. We should come to the level of I like to make an effort. And then we see that the holy name, Nama Prabhu, will become very pleased. And then he will dance on the tongue. That's our prayer. So Haridas Thakur formula is a beautiful, simple formula. We all can take away. Take away today is to this Haridas Thakur formula. You can try chanting tomorrow. Next week, you can share your realizations. It will be very nice to hear that. Yeah. So then what happens? So Mahaprabhu, this is what was doing on a regular basis. He will just chant counting, in his own finger. So, and then what happened? Advaita Acharya came to see Mahaprabhu, and he offered a beautiful worship, to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, offering all the paraphernalias. He was giving him scented water, to wash his mouth and wash his feet, Achamana and Padya, they call it as. And then he, anointed his whole body with sandalwood pulp, offered him nice garlands, and was doing arati. So very nicely he was worshipping Advaita Acharya. And then after Advaita Acharya offered obeisances and offered the respects, Mahaprabhu also started offering respects to Advaita Acharya. And then Advaita Acharya was laughing inside. He was telling some mantra, oh, why the Lord has to worship me? And Advaita Acharya, we know, is a combination of Mahavishnu and who is coming, he's Mahavishnu in the mood of Sadashiva, Lord Shiva, a mood of compassion. That is why you see Advaita Acharya, because even though he's Mahavishnu, in the mood of Sadashiva, who is highly compassionate. Lord Shiva is very, very compassionate. That is the reason he took the in charge for the mode of ignorance. All the ghosts, goblins are all surrounding, Lord Shiva. Why? Because he's the most compassionate personality. Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu. And he delivers the lowest personalities, So because Advaita Acharya is a personality, is Mahavishnu in the mood of Sadashiva, that is why he was begging, Lord Chaitanya to descend, in Kali Yuga, constantly crying and crying and praying, and his cry, is, heartfelt plea, that what melted Mahaprabhu to come down, Krishna to descend down as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Advaita Acharya's compassionate call, loving call, compassionate call only brought Mahaprabhu down. So now Krishna, Mahaprabhu, he is worshipping him because the Lord always likes to glorify his devotees. So Advaita Acharya, he is worshipping, and Advaita Acharya is, was laughing, oh, why he is doing that? So in that way, each other, they both are offering respects to each other. And then later, different devotees will invite Mahaprabhu to his house and, provide him, feed him with the lunch. So then what happens? All the associates, they started celebrating different festivals. So the first one of the two celebrations it was mentioned here was Janmashtami and Vijayadashmi. So Janmashtami is now coming up. We should also get geared up. And you see, in the Janmashtami festival, Mahaprabhu, they will perform dramas. All the associates, they will take up different roles, like a Gopa boys, cowherd boys. And they will carry the milk and yogurt, like rods, that just like the Gopa boys, they carry, balancing on the rods over the shoulders, they will hang the yogurt and milk pots. So they carry like that. Mahaprabhu's associates were also performing these various leelas, calling Hari Hari. And they, in the drama, Kanani Kutiya and Jagannath Mahiti, two personalities, they acted as Nanda Maharaj and Mother Yashoda, because there is no women character, because Mahaprabhu was strict sannyasi, right? So all the associates, they will take different characters, both male characters and female characters. And I remember when I went to Malaysia, those time when the brahmacharis are performing dramas, they won't call any Matajis and all. So the brahmacharis only will become Mataji's role, and the role of, Prabhus and Matajis. It will be very interesting. Sometimes they will come as cowherd girls and all that. The Prabhus only will dress up, interesting. So we can see here, Mahaprabhu did that with his associates. They were, and Pratap Rudra Maharaj was also there, and everyone had a wonderful time. Then Advaita Acharya said, he was making a joke, and he was telling to Mahaprabhu, I will only accept you as a cowherd boy if you wheel this rod nicely. Then Mahaprabhu took the rod and he will wheel around in the sky and he will catch. In the films we see, the heroes throw something and then they catch. So here Mahaprabhu was like, throwing, and he was catching, and he was putting in the other shoulders and wheeling it around. And Mahaprabhu was doing all these things, and all the associates became very blissful, happy, jumping and dancing in joy. And Nityananda Prabhu also joined. And then they were all, throwing that rod up in the sky, catching, and they were having, that they went into the mood. because of course they are non-different. Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu are none other than Krishna and Balaram, right? So they went into the mood of the cowherd boys and they were having a wonderful, blissful time with all the associates. So in that way, they were celebrating various festivals. So this shows that, Srila Prabhupada was also very much encouraging dramas. So it is very nice. We should keep encouraging. So that's why in many of our festivals we have dramas, right? All the festivals almost, whatever we celebrate, different circles are coming with the different dramas. Very, very important, because drama is one of the easiest ways you can convey a message to anyone in the public, right? And when we perform, that also we can get absorbed into the pastime. So it is very nice. That's why we used to have Gauranga night, where we perform various dramas of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I was wondering, we should do that. It's been a long time. So we have many expert, artists, in the sense, performers here. So we should do, so many things we are reading now. And we are doing a quiz. That's good. But I feel that we should select some of the pastimes, and we should do at least once in 2 months or 3 months, some at least once in 2 months. It's nice to have a drama. How many of you think we should have drama? If you think we should have drama, please raise your hands. Only 2 of them wants to have dramas, is it? All others want something else? Okay, I think more hands are coming. Everybody is excited. Yes, it will be very wonderful to perform various dramas on Lord Chaitanya, Chaitanya Leela, isn't it? It will be wonderful. And everyone dancing, chanting, kids, teens, everyone can, and it can be a spontaneous drama as well. Just, a day before, we can give the script, you can go through, and then someone can narrate and you just perform. There is no need to read the dialogue. So someone can narrate, and then you just, as per the narration, you have to enact. That is easy, right? And just put one, kind of cloth around, and no need for much makeup also. And we have technology, we can use different backgrounds, and it'll be very, very nice. So let's plan for it. If you have some nice ideas, come back and we will perform these different pastimes. So then what happened is that, so they were performing all these wonderful pastimes, and Jagannath's Maha dress, the dress which was worn by Jagannath, the cloth was brought and it was tied on the head of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the associates. It's like honoring them. So like that, everyone was wearing. And then they also had different, it may not be chronological, but we can understand they also had different Vijayadashmi festival, which is the day when Ravana, Lord Ram killed Ravana, and he was victorious, Vijayadashmi. So that day, Mahaprabhu and the associates, they also celebrated this Vijayadashmi. How? Mahaprabhu took a large tree and he was shaking, as if he was shaking the walls of the, the fort of Lanka, and then he was saying, where is this fool? Where is this rascal, Ravana? He kidnapped the universal mother Sita. I will kill him today. So Mahaprabhu took that mood, and then he was enacting those pastimes. So like that, all different festivals, it is mentioned that they perform Deepavali, Rasa Yatra, Uttana Ekadasi, many festivals they celebrated together, performing various dramas along with all the associates. So that way, Mahaprabhu was flooding that bliss everywhere. So, it is very, another thing is that Mahaprabhu always want to bring, connecting everything to Krishna Leela, connecting everything to Krishna's pastimes. So Mahaprabhu is teaching us that how we should be always remembering Krishna and never forget Krishna. That is a golden rule. The golden rule of Krishna consciousness is always remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. And to see how everything can be connected to Krishna. When he sees any water, he will see Yamuna river. When he sees any hill, he will see Govardhan hill. So Mahaprabhu is teaching by his own example how we should connect everything, how we have to be Krishna conscious. We say we have to be Krishna conscious. What is Krishna conscious means? We should be conscious of Krishna. But first of all, to be Krishna conscious, we need to be first conscious. Many times we are not conscious, isn't it? We'll be sitting, we are absent-minded many times. We'll be in front of the deities, but we are lost. We're in front of the book, we are lost. In front of the bead bag, lost. So many times we are not conscious. First we to be conscious, then we'll be Krishna conscious. And conscious means what? We need to be aware of what we are doing. Many times you see that my father used to say, when I put a slipper, when we enter into someone's house or even own house, when we put the slipper like that, one slipper there, another slipper here. He said, first be conscious, he will say. Oh, you're putting a slipper, it should be together. You're aware, you're present. You should be present in the present. Many times you are absent. So, we take sometimes we take a mobile phone, we forget the mobile phone somewhere, and then we go. That means absent-mindedness. So that we need to. So it is very good that we try to be seen in a day how much we are conscious. We can also do this exercise, 2 exercises for next week, and we can have a short session to share realization. Let's see how much we are working on it. And it's wonderful to do this because, as I was mentioning, I think every Ekadasi we should have some exercise. Because Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says every Ekadasi is a day of introspection. We need to see last 15 days, have I progressed from the last Ekadasi? In any aspect at least. So every Ekadasi we should catch up some points. Okay, from this Ekadasi to next Ekadasi, I'm going to work on this point. This particular aspect of Krishna consciousness. And then we see that what progress we have made. Like that, we need to have introspection, self-introspection. Only when we do all these different things, we can go deep in our Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, time is just going, time and tide waits for none. It keeps going, 20, 21, 22, 23, and we are still in Krishna consciousness, but how much we are deep, we will be in the surface only. If we don't do introspection, if we don't go on reflecting on our own practice, reflecting on our own thoughts, reflecting on our own mood, all these different things, we need to constantly reflect. At least we should reflect once in 15 days. Every day is great. Every few days is better. Every once in a week is okay. But if not, at least once in 15 days of introspection. So this is anyway, day after tomorrow is Ekadasi. Pavitropana Ekadasi. It's also called Pavitra Ekadasi, purifying Ekadasi. So it's a very wonderful Ekadasi. So it's a very good, we can think on this point. And Balaram Purnima is coming. What wonderful day we can look for. And Balarama, as the name goes, Bala Rama. He gives us spiritual strength. We all are looking, today's world, we see everyone is talking to health. Health is a buzzword today, right? Everyone is talking about health. Even a person who is not bothered about health is now thinking about health. Physical health and mental health are given such an high importance. Because if someone is not physically strong, we cannot do many things. If we fall sick, we cannot do many things. We know that even if a fever comes or a headache comes or some other things comes, how we will even be able to chant properly? When we are hale and healthy only, we are not able to focus our chanting. What to speak about being in the bed, we will be able to, what focus we will have? We'll be thinking, Krishna, why did you give it to me? We'll be cursing Krishna. Or we will be lamenting on so many things. So there won't be any focus. So physical illness, very difficult to do any service for Krishna. Mental health, if it is gone, worrying on so many problems, anxieties, and many other pressures in life, constantly, dwelling on that. Mentally, we will become very weak. And once we're mentally weak, that will take a toll on our physical health also. So then, very difficult. So it's very important. It's not just to focus. We need to focus certainly on physical health, very important. Mental health is very important. Also, spiritual health is important. What is the use of a good physical health and a good mental health? But if someone is not working, using it, to improve in spiritual life, because physical and mental will not remain like this for a long time. At some point, it can get, bombarded and it can break down. So that's why spiritual health should be very strong. Then what happens? We can gather somehow or other the other things. But if spiritual health is gone, everything is gone. So it's very important that we should also invest on spiritual health. That means spiritual strength. If we don't have spiritual strength, we will be allured. Maya is already distracting us in 10, 100 directions. So how we can become strong? Because Maya is very strong. Krishna says, my Maya, very difficult to overcome. Krishna says, Devihi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. Very difficult. Krishna tells, my Maya you cannot overcome. Mam evaye prapatyante Maya metam tarantite. But when you surrender to me, you can very easily cross beyond it. So that means we need Balaram's help. Balaram gives you that bala. All kinds of bala he gives you, the spiritual strength. Balaram will make sure that, when we take shelter of him, that Maya cannot come near. And Srila Prabhupada said, we need to be afraid. We should be sufficiently scared of Maya. That is a good fear. That is a very good fear. So that we need to be fearful of Maya. And that means we need to take shelter of Balaram, who can give us a spiritual strength. And he will give not only spiritual strength, he gives Rama, gives pleasure, the bliss, what we are talking about. Everyone wants happiness, right? And that bliss, this pure bliss, the real bliss, which comes from the soul, there is Haituki apratihata yayatma suprasiddhati. From the Atma should be supremely pleased. Not the senses getting pleased. That happiness is temporary. Senses getting happiness. A drunkard will feel very happy if he drinks. But that's not real happiness. A person taking intoxication, he will feel happiness. That is sense pleasure. We are talking about bliss, eternal bliss. The Atma getting completely satisfied. And who can give that? Balarama. And Balarama also gives us a very important lesson. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. And Balarama is the servant supreme personality of Godhead. He took the role of a servant. In all rasa, Balaram comes in different rasa except conjugal. If you see here, comes as a Shanta rasa. He comes in the Shanta rasa and he serves Krishna. How? He's all the paraphernalia, the Paduka of Krishna, the umbrella of Krishna, everything connected with Krishna is Balarama. In the Shantarasa, he expands as all the paraphernalia of Krishna and serves Krishna as a servant. And he comes as a, friend also. Sakya, of all the friends, Balarama is very dear to Krishna, even though he's elder brother, but also friend. And also the mood of Vatsalya. Mother Yashoda will say, you see, Balaram, you have to take care of Krishna. That make sure Krishna is not eating dirt. Krishna is not going, very inside the forest. So Balarama keeps an eye, like a parent, that protecting Krishna. So he constantly serves Krishna in the Santa Rasa, Vatsalya Rasa, Sakya Rasa. In all the rasas, he serves Krishna as a subordinate, as a servant, the mood of a servant. When Krishna becomes tired, he also, of course, Krishna also massages, Dauji, the elder brother, Balaram. But Balaram's mood is all the time serving Krishna. And what is the constitutional position of the Jiva? We ourselves, we are eternally Jivera Sorupahoi Krishnera Nityadas. We are eternally servants of Krishna. Our mood is also should be servant. But generally our mood is enjoying. We always like to enjoy. That is the spirit, enjoying spirit. But the spirit should be servant, which Balarama is teaching us, Lord Balaram. So that the Lord Balaram came. So Balaram appearance day is such an important day for us. And Balarama is so merciful. And the same Balaram encompasses Nityananda Prabhu, becomes even more merciful and delivers Jagai and Madai, who are completely, full of anarthas. So who else can actually give us, shelter? Only Nityananda Prabhu, Balaram. Balaram Hoilo Nitai. So Balaram appearance day is a very important day for all of us. That day, it is a half a day fasting until 12 o'clock. So we all can fast unless otherwise someone has got a health issue. And we can get Balaram's blessing. And we can go to the temple also because it's a Sunday. You can either go to Soho temple because there is no Zoom program that day because the festival is coming on a Sunday. We can go to the nearby temples and take part in that Abhishek and other things. If not, at least nearest any place you can go and take part in the festivities. So that will be appearing. If you have deities, you will be doing Abhishek at home. That is the best day. You can increase your chanting, make your chanting more attentive, more focused. Take up something on the day, reading scriptures, all different things. And Purnima, it's a very auspicious day. You want to start up something, you can do that. And okay, I'm going to put up a new altar and start worshipping from Balram Purnima day. Wonderful, do that. Okay, from that day onwards, I'm going to eat only prasadam. Okay, we can do that. So some sankalpa we can take on Balaram because Balaram, Dauji will give you all the strength to do it in the rest of your life. Balaram is very, very powerful, very merciful, So half a day fast, and that day, temples and all, they will do Abhishek 4:30 onwards. So we can join the celebration, hear more glories, read Krishna book. You can start reading Krishna book every day. Every day in the night before going to bed, half a page, 1 page, quarter page, something we can read. This is a very wonderful habit we can develop, even for children and for adults. Srila Prabhupada told this, that before going to bed, read Krishna book. You can get Krishna dreams. And if you want to love Krishna, means we should know more about Krishna. And Krishna book is all about Krishna's pastimes. So every day we can read something before going to bed, rather than novel stories or seeing the WhatsApp message and Facebook, and then we sleep. All those things, nightmare only will come, So, but rather we read Krishna book, which is Krishna's pastimes are very adventurous, full of bliss, exciting, thrilling, joyful. Any sad story you see in Krishna story, it is full, exciting and joyful, right? Ramayana, when you read, you will cry. That is why they say don't read Ramayana in the night. Ramayana is in the early morning, I think. But Krishna book in the night. So that you read happily, jubilantly, and sleep. So because many people don't get sleep also, right? But when we read Krishna book, then automatically sleep will come. So you'll have a good sleep also. So it is nice to, these are some of the things practically we want to apply. We hear many philosophy, but it's good to apply something what we heard today. So these are some of the things we can apply on this auspicious days. We can keep as a landmark. Okay, from this day I will try this. We have this Julan Yatra starting on this 18th Wednesday, Ekadasi. So that's a good day to start. If not, Balaram Purnima is coming. We can start. So 2 important days, and this 5 days also Julan Yatra, starting from Ekadasi to Purnima. So you can go to the temple and swing the Lord. If not, in your house, you can make a small swing, put some picture of Radha, Krishna, and can swing also. So in the temples, if you go in the morning and evening, you can beautifully sing. We can go to Soho or Watford and can swing the lordships. That'll be very, very nice. But also in the home, if possible, we can keep and swing and sing all these wonderful songs. Jai Radha Madhav, Radhe Jai Jai Madhav Dete. Different songs are there. We can try to sing. So these are some of the things, we can speak more and more. So much we can speak. But I'll stop here. But some points which I like to highlight so that we can see any one of us can try this. And next week, we like to hear something from you so that something wonderful, if you felt, or whatever you felt, you can share. One is we want to fix, chanting is something which we have to keep working every day. There is nothing called, oh, I have achieved the perfection in chanting, nothing like that. It is always, we can keep working on it. One of the things is, as we said, if we fix our chanting will fix everything in our life. We need to take such a faith. We want to pray to Krishna to develop such a faith that Krishna, your holy name can do everything. Your holy name can give the utmost protection. Just like Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, of course, he says because it's a Mahabhagavat. So we can pray to him, to give his blessings and mercy, that we can develop that, following his footsteps, we can develop a drop of that faith. So faith in the holy name, and to make our chanting more and more attentive. So one of the formula we spoke today is Haridas Thakur formula. Whenever any thought comes, tell the mind, yes, I will attend to you, but just wait. Just wait. I'll finish this and come back. So this is one thing which we all can try. It is not going to take any of our time, extra time. Rather, it will help us to save our time, right? So this is one thing which we all can try. What are the other things we spoke today to try? You remember anything? You can put in the chat box or you can unmute and say. So we will just recollect and then wind up. And I'm going to show you the darshan of Lord Jagannath, and also dash, dash, dash. Yes. So one is chanting. What is the other thing we spoke about? Practical things. Introspection, very nice. Introspecting every 15 days, Ekadasi. Reading, yes. Reading Krishna book we can include, or some reading. Krishna book in the night every day we can try. That's children also, story time, bedtime stories. It will be very good. We can read, deity worship. That'll be nice. Julan Yatra, you can make your own Julan and then swing. Then what else? Balram, we want to take shelter of Balram, praying for the spiritual strength, the mood of a servant, right? Be conscious, so we can be Krishna conscious. We say this word, I am following Krishna consciousness, but actually in a whole day, how much we are conscious of Krishna, we need to analyze really. Are we really conscious of Krishna or conscious of what? So it's very nice to introspect and see, so that we can actually become Krishna conscious. So these are the different things we can do. Of course, Balaram Purnima, very wonderful day. Let's take some sankalpa on the day. Doesn't matter whichever level you are practicing, whatever level. One may be very new, one may be practicing for some few years, practicing for long years. Balaram Purnima is such a wonderful day. So we can go and pray to the Lord and make some, even whatever commitment which we are doing, not doing properly, we can make a recommitment and work on that, or something new, and pray to the Balram to give us that mercy. So all these different things we can work on. So also dramas, we want to bring some dramas into action. It will be very, very good. Works on once in a while. Gauranga night, we can have a Gauranga night, and then everyone can come and take part in different roles, dance and chant. The day of chanting and dancing, because all the time we are sitting, isn't it? So we should have a chanting. Panchatatvas come now, so they love singing and dancing. So you all can take darshan of Panchatattva. The Panchatattva deities are very mercifully come, to give their blessings to all of us. Whoever has not taken darshan personally, you can take your own time to come. I request Vijay Prabhu to show darshan.
Haribol Mataji, yes.
They are very, very merciful. Panchatattva, we will do one session particularly about Panchatattva. Lord Chaitanya came in 5 features. Lord Mahaprabhu himself expanded in 5 features as Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, Advaita, Gadadhar and Srivas. And each one of them, their mood and their, we will discuss soon on that. So you can take your time to come and take personal darshan of Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Maharani, Sudarshan Chakra. Gaurnitai, and Panchatattva. So Panchatattva's mercy only we can. Srila Prabhupada mentioned in Africa when Prabhupada was preaching, he was telling that because they were finding it so hard to chant Hare Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada said, because so much of sinful activities have been committed, it's very difficult to chant the holy name. So he made them chant Panchatattva mantra 108 times. Then they could chant Hare Krishna. So you can understand how merciful, Panchatattva mantra. By the mercy of Panchatattva only we can chant Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Prem Avatar Panchatattva ki Jai.
Hari Hari Bol. And you should see Advaita Acharya is like this mood, praying, begging, requesting the Lord to shower mercy. So very nice they have come, so we can celebrate many, many festivals of all the Panchatattva. So far we didn't do that, like appearance of Advaita Acharya, appearance of Shiva Thakur, Gadadhar Pandit. We can have wonderful festivals. It is open for all of you to come and take their darshan. And you can bring flowers, you can bring whatever you like to offer to them. Very mercifully, they have raising arms. Actually, it's like raising arms and coming and telling, yes, I am embracing you. My mercy is there for all of you. They're extending. So it's so wonderful, so wonderful. When you personally see, you cannot take your eyes out. You'll be just stuck there only. You can feel their presence very nicely. So it's so wonderful. Yeah. Please keep coming and take the darshan, and you can come and sing for them, because Panchatattva is all about Harinam Sangha. They will be so pleased to hear the holy name. So whoever wants to sing, you can come and sing in front of them, and whatever, so in that way I can get more and more blessings. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
So nice. They are all pleased. So Panchatattva has come because they are so pleased that all the devotees are so eagerly listening to the glories of from Chaitanya Charitamrita glories, right? Everyone is meditating so much. So the Lord thought, okay, I'm coming in person. Hari Bol. So that's why they are here. So please come and take their darshan, and you can offer whatever you like for them, like singing, flowers, all these different things. Very nice. And I could see Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Maharani, at least when I'm seeing personally, they are very happy. They are more, yes, Madhu Madhuri, please come, please come. I'm calling on their behalf. They are inspiring me to invite you all. I could see that Jagannath is so blissful and more smile, so we can, now we are all discussing about Lord Chaitanya and Jagannath Puri, isn't it? It's perfect. You see Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Maharani are there, and Panchatattva are dancing in front. Perfect one. What we are talking, discussing, it's so nice to connect. So yeah, wonderful. So we need to hear more and give this mercy to more. That is thing all about. Very nice. Thank you so much. I know it's a Bhagavad Gita course is happening. So many things are happening parallelly. Not easy. But I thought we should not disconnect. That's the reason at least quickly 1 hour we can do. And so thank you all for joining. I know even you had some other thing, but it very nice. Okay. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Mataji.
Thank you, Litan Prabhu, for coordinating the session.
A special thank you, Mataji. On behalf of our side, you sing the song for us. Thank you. Just heard a nice voice from you, Mataji. Thank you very much for singing us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. So, yes, we will catch up soon. See you sometime probably. And now Manor also, Watford also, the Janmashtami appointments, they have opened, for the darshan. You can book your tickets and, go and see. 28, 29, 30th is Janmashtami. So 2 big festivals. Of course, 3 big festivals. Most important, Srila Prabhupada's appearance, Balram Jayanti, Janmashtami. Wow. So much in this next, 10 days. So let's all take this 2 weeks advantage and try our best to connect as much as possible. Okay, thank you so much. Hari Bol. See you all. Hari
Bol,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mataji, for such a nice